happening, fellow fantasy GMs? I am DJ Wang. He is the bearded one, DJ Dove. And with our powers combined, we are the Fantasy Couriers.
Well, JJ Wang, we're having fun here. We were sitting there talking to everybody before we started the podcast, and then we were like, hey, let's record this. But I think we say that numerous times, don't we? That we just go in and just have fun with it.
Yeah, we just start talking like we should be talking about all this while we're recording. So let's go ahead and push the record.
So we get some cool fun things before we get into anything. You know, Merry Christmas, happy after Christmas, dude.
Yeah,
have a good Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas. It was fun. Spent I actually went somewhere on Christmas Day. I usually don't go anywhere, but my sister was in town. We ended up hanging out with her. But yeah, I mean, it was okay.
Are you haunted by 3 ghosts?
Maybe.
And they made you go out?
Yeah.
You saw your
yeah. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe that's what it was.
So this is our last podcast of 2025. What you're going to see is we got a big number coming up, JJ Wang. A big number coming up in January for our podcast here. We're going, and both of us seem to have almost like a newfound motivation to a point. JJ Wang, you see, he's all studioed up in there. Yeah. In the new year, check us out, everybody. Hit our YouTube up, where I'm going to try to start posting reels, because we use Riverside, and Riverside gives us clips. So why not use them to have fun and put little snippets out? So if you're like, hey, what's the wisdom that JJ Wang imparts? Boom, it's popped up there right now. Last week I threw up our talk about Trevor Lawrence MVP hype, and there's little fun things that, you know, if we got it and Riverside's supporting us, let's use the tools we got, have some fun with it. And he's in the studio. If you want to, him and his daughter have been recording some awesome music. So that was a really cool song, dude.
Yeah,
that's really cool.
I mean, I wasn't expecting to do it, but the guitar teacher was like, "Hey, man, you should just join in as well." I don't think I'm a very good player by any stretch of the means, but
it was fun, guys. He was doing his daughter's taking guitar lessons, and that she put it up. His instructor put up a thing of you played the mandolin, yeah. She was playing the guitar, and we wish you Merry Christmas. No, have yourself a Merry. Dang on it.
Yeah, have yourself a Merry Little Christmas.
Have yourself a Merry Little Christmas. Yeah. So, but yeah, it was awesome fun. It was fun. I showed it with the family. I was like, hey, look. Anyway, this is a football show. We could talk music too. I was talking to my nephew, who's my brother, has done a great job. He was naming off like 90s alt rock song, which is my jam. I'm like, man, but he was also wearing a Garrett Wilson's jersey because he's a big Jets fan, because he liked airplanes as a kid. I mean, he's a listener, so I'll give Owen a shout out. What's up, Owen?
Yes, speaking of, that's what my daughter kind of like plays a lot of, like 90s, like alternative rock. I mean, some of the bands I ain't never even heard of, she still comes up with them as like whatever. But I was like, at least
her first song, Wonderwall.
Huh? That was the first one she played.
That's everybody's from out of here. Yeah. That's the new.
That was her first one.
So we are at the. We will have a big announcement next week as to who won the Fantasy Couriers Outrageous League. It was almost us. We're playing for third place, so we played for nothing. And we got I think it's our boy Jacques and the Autumn Wind are the final finalists in there, and they'll come on the show next month. We'll have some guests we're going to do. Next week we got a fun little interesting take on our standards, and then in January we'll go through the season, who was great, who made us mad, what the future looks like, and we have some special guests hopefully joining us. And in the new year we might even tinker. I've teased it, and I've teased with JJ Wang. We might even tinker with some live shows where people can send in questions. See if I think it'll take us going live for a little bit, then be like, hey, we're going live at X, and then jump on, guys. Because it was like with the Turf War show, which it's ended. We'll see you next fall. Maybe some jump offs. Some weeks were like boom, done. People writing questions. Other weeks it was like ghost town. Like towards the end, the champions are left. So how is your so were you any, like you said, do you have any third place games this week?
I had a couple of third place games, but I'm not saying I was necessarily all entrenched in the third place games. I know you probably get paid for some of them, so now thinking about it, I should have been a little more focused. But I mean, after the fact that I didn't make any championship games, I was just kind of like, let me just disappear for a second. And then I started looking at it. I was like, yeah, maybe I should have paid a little more attention. Damn it.
Yeah, I had a couple of third places that are panning out. I have a first place game where I got a Lave this week, and Jahmyr Gibbs. I told my buddy, I said, Jared, I'm going to send Jahmyr Gibbs a check for a receipt for $200 that he owes me, because I I got panned out. But it was a fairly successful week otherwise. Josh Allen came through in the clutch for me.
Yeah.
I had a league. I posted at halftime because I'd been exhausted. I ran to the store real quick. I posted, I loathe Josh Allen. And then at the end of the game, I pushed a reply, man, autocorrect is spelled love wrong. But he has been.
So, I mean,
he'll be a topic off season.
So I'm not going to talk about Josh Allen today, but does he scare you? Like the season he's having this year, like scare you a little bit going into next year?
Until he gets George Pickens. Yes. I mean, today he had an excuse. It was driving rain. So I got 20 some odd points out of driving rain.
But he's looked bad. Yeah, he's even had these kind of games on like good days. I mean, nice weather days. I mean, but he's either like 40 points or he could get you like 6 points. And I would rather I'd rather have a quarterback that's a little more like a little shorter, smaller of a range there. I mean, I'm not going to hate on Josh Allen. I mean, I love Josh Allen, but I was just wondering if his down games have scared you at all.
Oh, I'm petrified. I have a lady at work, and she's a big Bills fan. So we talk smack back and forth and say, "Hey, thank you for winning, but come on, Josh. They won some games, and Allen had like 8 points. It's like I need some help there. I'll take your wins, but this week it was a double whammy for me. The Bills lost, but the problem is that means the Patriots win. I lose no matter what. But then that happened. Yeah, it's coming. That's what I'm rethinking a lot of my quarterbacks, and you got to figure. I'm almost wanting the Kirk Cousins of the world, because the old school Kirk Cousins, like the Minnesota, where you knew he was the Mendoza. You knew that he was going to get you X amount of points, and it rarely veered from there. So like I got that, then I can just build around that guy. Versus those hit or miss, like Lamar's been a killer this year for me. I mean, Malik Willis, I wish I had started him this week.
I know, right? And that guy balled out. That guy looks pretty good. I mean, he looks pretty decent in the Green Bay offense. I mean.
Him, and then I almost surefire wasted a touchdown Derrick Henry this week.
Oh,
because my team I had 5 or 6 Puka teams last week, and they only 3-1. It's just like mind boggling. Then my buddy talks smack. He's in a league, and he had Derrick Henry. He goes, "Yep, I'm not gonna choke." He said something like, "I'm not gonna choke like Adam did last week." And then the other guy had Drake May. We'll talk about him in a bit, but so I was like, "That's what you get for talking smack, buddy." Yeah. So it was a fun week. I was exhausted. I took a nap, but I woke up and saw my Dolphins were winning. How about them apples?
Yeah, how about that, man? How about that?
I'm watching, hoping. I'm like, do I want Malik Willis in Miami? I don't want Mendoza. I think we'll talk about him in the offseason. I'm not a big. What's real quick before I let you get into the activity? What are your thoughts on like the Indiana quarterback? He's not my guy.
I don't know. I'm not a fan. I don't know if I'm really a fan of any of the quarterbacks yet. But yeah, I don't think I'm a big fan of the kid from Indiana. I would have to pass.
Yeah, and I hope he goes to the Jets. But I like the kid from Oregon.
I mean,
I like him. But they're saying it's funny every year. Usually it's like this is gonna be the greatest draft or the worst draft, and more is trickling down that everybody's like, this year
probably. I mean, this won't be a good quarterback class, so it's not going to be a good draft. Does that make sense? I mean, if there's not any good quarterbacks, this is just going to be a terrible draft, maybe. So we'll see how it goes.
I like this. There's a safety out of Ohio State. Apparently, it's going to be nasty, so we'll never talk about him. That's who originally was supposed to go to Miami at like 5 or 6, and they won 3 games to screw everything up. But yeah, so as we're closing out here, guys, just take a moment, everybody, give us some support. We mentioned Riverside supporting us there, but check us out. Go to YouTube, go to Spotify if you're listening to us. Just give us a like. I know, actually, if you're on Apple, give us some like. If you see anything I post on socials, share that as well to help us grow. See if we can get the Couriers brand. Maybe next year I'll even get some more stickers that I can mail to you. I did issue a challenge on the Turf Wars show that I had this little coin called Little Jimmy. I got a couple of them given to me from Fantasy Turf Wars. And if you're listening and you send us a message as to how my championship teams did, I will mail you a Little Jimmy. I got one, so I'll do a lottery if I have to. But right now, currently, it appears as though I'm probably going to go 2-1 in my championship game. I'll keep it updated. If somebody posts, I'll give the finals. But currently, that's barring some crazy fluky thing going wonkers. I'll go 2-1, then win a couple third places. So, hey, what can you do? But you respond that to us somewhere, I'll mail you a Little Jimmy. It's a start set flip coin. It's about 50-50. It literally was 50 on our show. We did a little thing where we name a guy and see if he stayed above his line. So, Yeah, that was sort of the week we got. Couriers, what is it? Couriers fun.
Yeah, I mean
that
was fun. I'll give you a name and a question, and then you just give me a percent of kind of like off the top of your head how this could translate to like next year. So let's give an easy one. This go to my favorite player in the whole NFL currently at the moment. It's Drake May. I mean, kind of like a bandwagon. Everybody likes Drake May now. But Drake May is having a fantastic year. You kind of got two different paths he can take. He can kind of take the CJ Stroud, the guy from the Commanders, kind of like disappoint, or they can come back and stay at the top. So my question: what percentage going into next year, Drake May as a top 3 quarterback?
Running gets harder than I think because I think there's going to be movement, and I'm worried as to who he's throwing to next year. Diggs has come on really when he's gotten hot here at the end of the season. Diggs is coming on. He'll be 33 next year. But just because it's Christmas and I'm in a spirit of giving, I'll let you keep him a top 3 quarterback. Realistically, I would say my guess would be top 6. So percentage of top 3, I'll go 33%. So I think with his legs, he can be top 6 easily, right?
Oh, I think he can definitely be top 6. I mean, if he's kind of more of like we was talking earlier about Josh Allen, how he has a lot of boom and a lot of bust games. Drake May's been kind of like solid all the way through. I mean, he's had some really, really good games. Like today, I mean, with 42 points, he had 5 touchdowns. I mean, yeah, it was the Jets, which is dreadful. But I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, he still had 5 touchdowns and 40 points. But it's very seldom does he give you like those 3-point games, 5-point games, a little more consistent. Yeah. So with
fun fact here, you want a fun Jet fact?
Yeah.
Sauce Gardner was with the Jets. They went 1-7. He got traded to the Colts, and they went 1-7. Sauce Gardner's won 2 games this year. Jets won 3.
Yeah, well, the Jets are terrible. I think Garrett Wilson is still like their 3rd leading receiver on the team, and he hasn't played since like October or something. They don't have anybody over 500 yards. It's insane. It was dreadful. But yeah. So I mean, would you be brave enough to take Drake May over Josh Allen?
I think so. I mean, I think they're fairly comparable. To me, those 2 guys are preference guys. I don't even know. Like, I haven't looked that far. Like, who is QB? Is Al? It might. I mean, drafting wise, Allen and May are probably 1-2 still, aren't they?
Yeah,
and Tyler Shuck's 3.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll get to him in a second. Don't worry. So we'll go to the next guy.
That was a joke in case anybody's listening. We love Tyler Shuck now, but
so
he got me on.
Going kind of in the opposite direction, Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson has been a really rough into the season here. Hasn't looked good. So like going into next year, when Lamar Jackson plays all the games, he's usually top 3 guys. So let's say Lamar Jackson, not a top 5 quarterback.
I can't. I don't know. I'm gonna say no. He's been playing with that nagging thing this year. That I'm gonna give him 1 more year. 1 year, poop in the bed. Okay. Next year is when it will really hit. I'm loving the Miami Dolphins threads about Lamar wanting to play in Miami. He plays for Miami. Yeah, he's out of the top 5. Let's be honest here. He's out. Man. Like it's. I mean, realistically, Miami needs a right-handed quarterback. Is what I'm learning. But because I'm sure you're not talking about Quinn Ewers, he didn't look terrible. I'm kind of. I was like, wow, he might be the quarterback. He was good in Texas, but it's still the legs, and I think I think they should. I mean, they're going to play him next week because the game matters, but it's almost like, look at your team, guys. It's not a Super Bowl team. Yeah. Lamar's career is more important. Let Tyler Huntley play out, knowing that the Broncos are better, knowing that every team in the playoffs is better than both of those teams as a whole. Now, Steelers' defense is pretty good, even though, they got taken down today. But I still can't do it. I mean, I'll put Lamar not as high as Drake May. So Lamar I'd have him at 5, probably May at 4. I mean, May I'm probably drafting 2, right? But finishes are so fluky dooky that it's just hard to go with.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I may take Drake May as the number 1 quarterback next year. I mean,
I wouldn't argue. I mean, I think it's razor thin.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
All
razor thin between those guys.
I want to talk about our boy Tyler Shuck. Another fantastic game today. I was going to say the chances of Tyler Shuck being a top 20 quarterback. I want to go a little braver. I'm going to say I want to say top 15. Give me the chances he could be a top 15 quarterback.
And we're talking like season end, not season drafted, right?
Yeah, I mean, like, this time next year, what are the odds?
He's still going to be drafted like crap, so grab him. Like, we'll talk about him all season.
What are the odds this time next year he could be a top 15 quarterback?
Oh, I'm going to go with 98.75%.
Yeah,
because I have a feeling they get a running back.
Yeah.
Or maybe the kids come back healthy. Olave is
fantastic. I mean, ever since Tyler Shuck's taken over, he's looked like a stud.
Olave's costing me a championship. Juwan Johnson was on that team. Like I said, I lost to the Saints to my boy Jared. He had Juwan Johnson. He had Chris Olave, and so somebody else is going to want to come in there and be on the other side. They got the Vele, the older guy who played for Utah and then played for Denver. I think he's on IR, I believe, or hurt. Get him in on the other side. Between those 3 guys, I think they're going to be okay. And top 15, that's not. If you're throwing for 300 yards every week, you're a QB1 as far as I,
Let's go.
So I mean, top 15 to me is not much because really, I think we've talked about that. The line between QB8 and QB23 is so thin that he could be QB8, he could be QB23, and that's that 0.25%. And you know how much I hated Tyler Shuck. You know that, and you've brought me over, which scares me because you did that to me with Evan Ingram too.
No, granted,
a couple years ago.
I fall for this a lot. A guy that doesn't play well in the first half plays really, really good in the second half. And then he come back that next year and they end up sucking. So I mean,
but he didn't play. That's the difference.
Yeah, true. I mean, I have fell for this before, and I continue to fall for this. I'm just a sucker for it. But I mean, I think he might have potential here. I mean, he looks good. All right, switching to running back. We mentioned him earlier, Derrick Henry. So people are really disappointed with Derrick Henry. And if you made it to the championship game with him, lucky. I mean, good for you. But I mean, I feel like he's been do you think he's been a disappointment this year overall?
I think I'm going to pull up let's put it this way. From the way our belly feels, yes, he's not going to show up that way. Dude has 1,469 yards and 16 touchdowns as of week 17.
Yeah.
So that's not a disappointment. The problem is he has weeks of 23, 50, 42, 33, 64, 60 yards. And then he has a couple boom weeks. So it feels like it. And I think it's going to show that he's going to be drafted a lot. He'll be on all my teams next year. I'm still drafted. I think watching him play the other day, I said last year and this year was 2 years. There might be one more year because they're not going to log him. He only has 287 carries right now.
So do you see him as a top 10 guy? Top 10 running back next year?
I'm trying to go through he'd be close.
Yeah.
I think he's still an RB1 because of the touchdown volume. I think that he can still get on that team, and the yardage could come. Receiving was down. Like usually his receiving had went up a little bit recently, I thought, but this year his receiving was down in the no, it's about the same as it was. But I still think because he's Derrick Henry and he's not a human, and so they're just going to import more AI into him, and he's going to become just a continual android. Here's a question for you with this. Who's a better career, Derrick Henry or Adrian Peterson? Because to me, they are the same person in gameplay per se. Adrian had a little more catches, which balanced him out.
That's a very good question. You know what? I think I'd go Derrick Henry. I
think Henry will win the argument because he didn't whoop his kid. Like if Peterson, because he lost that time. Yeah. The time factor, and Henry being healthy has been just crucial. Adrian had the ACL, and then he came back and ran for 2,000 yards. So
I mean, I think
to me,
that's a very good
comparable.
very good comp. I mean, I
Yeah.
feel like
So those two. I mean, Henry's bigger, but
yeah.
but their games were so similar.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Adrian Peterson just ran.
So what was the question that had the percentage?
Oh, Derrick Henry, a top 10 running back.
I'll give him 61% because you never know.
I think there's one more year.
Probably higher.
Maybe. Yeah. All right, I'll give you. Let's go to Miami, and they did win today, so kudos to you. Talk about a guy that I've been wrong with ever since I guess he's coming as Devon Achane. Clearly I was wrong about this guy last year. He finished as a almost a top 5 running back. Well, he was a top 5 running back in PPR. This year he's a top 5 running back. So what are the chances next year, this time, he is a top 5 running back again? Because he catches a lot of balls.
Funny?
He catches a lot of passes.
I love the dude, but he still scares me. And it's funny, he shouldn't. He shouldn't scare me. You watch him, like he's developed that power that I alluded to, but didn't say strong enough because he ran at the SEC. But the catches were what sent him over the top. So it depends upon what system they're running next year. He's had Ewers the last 2 weeks, and he's only had 3 targets a week. Is Ewers going to be the quarterback next year? Is that going to be part of the new system?
Sure.
I mean, he still ran for 80 plus yards both weeks. So I see him still. He's going to be top 10, but top 5, I'm going to go 37% because it's still Miami, and I watched all their games. Like it sucks. I said if the Ravens were able to pull out some miraculous trouncing last night, I'd become a Ravens fan. That's how frustrated I am right now. Like it's a train wreck.
Yeah,
he's looked so good.
I mean, yeah, he's way better than I thought he was. So kudos to him. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me at all because I mean, with the amount that he does catch the ball, and I don't see the offense really changing that much to where he's not going to be the feature person.
Ooh,
yeah. Go ahead.
What's it? You know what his average yard per rush is this year?
5.7 or something.
5.7. Yeah, that's crazy.
I did see that. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing I was
4.5 last year.
I was completely off about this guy. Switching to wide receiver, Jameson Williams. We're talking about a bad season. Detroit kind of crapped the bed. I mean,
I don't get it.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how disappointing of a season is this?
Is 10 like really disappointing?
10 is disappointing.
37.6.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I thought this was a team that was gonna be championship game, like maybe not Super Bowl, but the NFC. Because I had the Rams, and I would have seen these two teams facing off, and I can't figure out, like, watching them. They look like they're stuck in the mud these last couple of weeks.
So do they try to get rid of Jared Goff?
I don't know if Goff hasn't been great.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's the problem. And I mean, up this week he had 197, but the last 3 weeks, 364, 338, 309, and he hasn't had an interception in December until Christmas. So I don't think Goff is the problem with this team. I think they I don't know what the problem. You would think it's the line because Jahmyr Gibbs has fallen off a cliff.
Absolutely.
They didn't utilize Montgomery as much.
Yeah.
I mean, Jahmyr Gibbs cost me a championship. Jahmyr Gibbs, the last 2 weeks, like I got into the championship despite his bad week, and Montgomery's not been any better. So I'm guessing it's up front, and that's what they got to address. I mean, Sewell, I forget, I don't remember if he went back into the game. He went down. I think they didn't make a big deal. So I guess he went back in later in the game. But Penny Sewell is basically their like best lineman in the world. That was a great pick years ago. But that's where that could be what it is. And Sam Laporte has been down for a while too. So
yeah. So my question: Jameson Williams having a better year than I thought. He's currently like a top 10 tight end.
He's a really good tight end.
I mean, a wide receiver, yeah, that'd be a great tight end. He's a really small tight end. That'd be a game changer. So, what's the chances Jameson Williams can repeat this next year? Do you have faith in that, or are you drafting him kind of lower? You're drafting him lower.
I mean, we're looking 60 catches and 1,000 yards so far. 7 touchdowns. I think that's very repeatable. And it's funny, as I typed in Penny Sewell, it looks like, according to the New York Times, some other place, that they're going to be building in the trenches in the offseason. That's where they see the same things that we're seeing. Like, you can't, they started out strong and then they just fell apart. But I mean, you look for 1,000 yards as not being the number one guy, because they're going to double Amon-Ra. You get back
that's a good point.
Sam Laporta healthy. You got Jahmyr Gibbs out of the back. Is David Montgomery back? Or do they find another bruiser to put in there? There's different things. Like, I'm not too worried about their future. This could be like, their Dallas Cowboy year.
I mean, that's a lot of years, man. I feel like the Dallas Cowboy year happens every year. It's dreadful.
To Dallas, yeah.
Right. Yeah, now that you put it that way, 60 catches and 1,000. Yeah, I mean, I guess feel like that's pretty repeatable for a number 2. I mean, good point. I didn't look at it that way. Next guy is one of probably the biggest disappointments overall is Justin Jefferson. I mean, guy's been absolutely dreadful. He's not even a wide receiver 2 currently. PPR, he's wide receiver 22. But this is a guy that's been, top 3, top 4, top 5 guy ever since he's come into the league. I'm not sure how much the quarterback changes next year. Chances that Justin Jefferson is better than this.
Oh, 100% chance it's better than this. He has a JJ problem. I mean, I wish I could see which one all I have is ESPN up right now, but to see which games he played without McCarthy early. When did McCarthy come in? Was he there for Dublin?
I mean, the whole middle of the season wasn't good.
Yeah, basically, he started dying around about mid-October. Wasn't great. There were no touchdowns from that point on. And, there was one touchdown from that point on, but then he was getting like 79, 70, 47, 37. Like, it just got poorer and poorer and poorer.
This is
dreadful. And the thing is, he only had 60 less yards than Jameson Williams. So what are we? Well, 76 catches and 5 less. Like, touchdowns are crucial, and when you're not getting in the red zone, I really think I don't know how they can go ahead with JJ McCarthy as bad as he looks. Like, they might try, or at least bring in a veteran.
They need a veteran. I think they need a veteran.
Something.
Yeah.
Bring in Tua. There you go.
That's a terrible veteran. That'd be awful.
He's going to San Francisco. We're going to get Mac Jones. He's going to San Francisco. They're going to make him good again. He's the next Sam Darnold. You wait and see. We'll talk about him in 2 years.
All right, well, we better hope so. I don't think anybody's going to be talking about him.
He'll be a Jet. Let's just make him a Jet. Let's just...
So where would you think Justin Jefferson finishes next year?
I have a feeling...
You think he has a bounce-back season?
I do. I think he's going to be that guy. He's going to be this year's, like, the people that drafted JSN. You're looking back at drafts. JSN, you were getting in, 3rd, 4th round. He'll fall. Like, I don't think he's going to fall that far. I still think he's going to be a later into the 2nd, early 3rd, just because his name is Justin Jefferson. And he's going to go into his year 27 season. That's like the peak for receivers. So I think they've got to go into the offices this offseason and go, dude, what in the world did we do? This is a top 10 player in the league, because you're throwing in linemen and all those other positions. Top 10, 15 player in the league, and we let him poop the bed this year. So I think they're gonna fix that. They've got to.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Something's got to be done. We can't have Justin Jefferson playing this bad. Let's go to Green Bay. I want to talk about Christian Watson. Completely missed the first half of the season, injured. In the second half of the season, he's been okay. I mean, he's been a pretty reliable receiver over the last, 6, 7 games? 6, 7 games. He's had a couple bad games, obviously. Yeah, that's funny.
He had the 2 bad games.
I didn't catch it, yeah. But he was wide receiver 4 this week, 113 yards. What do you think your ceiling for Christian Watson is? Where do you think
Jameson Williams?
About the same thing?
Because I did not like Christian Watson whatsoever. And I've gotten with him this year. I mean, the last 2 games before this week were kind of crappy.
Yeah.
But he's still in this. He's played right before Halloween until the end of the season, 611 yards and 6 touchdowns. So Love is looking at him. Malik Will, whoever's quarterbacking, is looking his way. So he's going to get some touchdowns. He's their long guy. and I think they're going to clean the receiver room up some this offseason. He's a guy they paid. I think Dobbs is gone, Wicks is gone. Golden's young. They're gonna keep Jalen
Reed.
Thank you. I want to Jalen Wright. That's running back. Jalen Reed. So those three are going to be the running backs, and they'll get the tight ends healthy. That I think that's going to help him because he's not. He's the better of those three, in my opinion.
I think so. Yeah.
But yeah, I'd say Jamison Williams is his best comp.
That's a good point.
That's 1,000 yards.
Yeah, that's 60. Because I mean, he's like the big play guy, so you don't look for a lot of targets. Yeah, so Jamison Williams, it's a very good comp. I got one tight end guy. We'll go with the only tight end that you've been able to rely upon this whole year is Trey McBride. Good game today. I think he set some kind of record for most catches or something. So kudos to him. What are the odds he's the number one tight end again?
Tight ends, you can do that, isn't it? It's one of the few positions where I can say 80% and give a little bit of percentage there to Brock Bowers, maybe a Sam Laporta rebound, maybe.
We also said that about Sam Laporta, and we also said that about Brock Bowers.
But that was the rookie years. I mean, if you look at where they died, they went from rookie to who? Trey McBride has had a Kelsey-like growth. Like we liked him young, and he was garbage, and it wasn't garbage. He wasn't great, and then all of a sudden he comes to this point where he set the tight end 117 catch for the tight ends. I guess he broke out. He beat the one from Zach Ertz. Evan Ingram made a run at it. I thought didn't Brock Bowers set the record? I guess not. But he set the tight end.
I think that might have been the rookie record.
Oh, maybe that's it. But I think also because I think they're not going to mess with the quarterback. I believe they're going to let Brissett be the quarterback next year, and he's going to sling it. So, and I love Michael Wilson. Like, what's the percentage of Michael Wilson? I think I asked you that last week. Are you still? I mean, Marvin Harrison had one target.
All right, so who would you rather have, Parker Washington or Michael Wilson?
Michael Wilson.
Oh, okay.
Michael Wilson has Trey McBride to compete with. Parker Washington's going to have Jacoby Myers, maybe Brian Thomas Jr., Travis Etienne, Britton Strange to compete with. Travis
Hunter.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Gosh, they're doing all this for Travis Hunter. They're doing all this without Travis Hunter, and man, I mean, Parker Washington did have an okay week this week.
I mean, he had another good game.
8 for $115 and man,
he's the clear number one in Jacksonville.
If you're listening, guys, do us a favor. Write down Parker Washington. Write down Michael Wilson, because I think by the time we get to the fall, we're going to go back to thinking about Brian Thomas Jr. in the general schemes. And everybody's going to be like, well, Marvin Harrison.
I don't know. I don't think anybody's going to be thinking about Brian Thomas Jr.
Do you think they're going to be this high, though? Do you think these are going to be guys you could probably snag as your wide receiver 3? Nobody's going to go, I want Parker Washington for my wide receiver 2, but he could easily be your wide receiver 1 right now, the way he's playing. These guys could be
my wide receiver 2.
At the rates they're going. I mean, Washington said, 115, 145, 53, 26, and 71 in the last since Thanksgiving. So they could be guys that people have heard of, but they're going to forget about because it was only in your home leagues. Now, in your tougher leagues, probably not as much.
So you think Jacoby Brissett's going to be the quarterback next year?
I think he will. I think they're going to let him bridge in because the team was terrible. The team, they win 3 games? Is that right?
Terrible.
And so, but he was putting up 300-yard games.
Yeah.
So let the dude put up 300, because obviously it wasn't because of that. They need a running back. Is Benson the answer? We hope so, but don't think so. They got 2 receivers, one of them's tight end, and everything else is pretty bad. So you don't want to invest and break a quarterback when you got a dude throwing for 300 yards for you. That would be my that'd be my simple opinion there.
That's a good point.
Surefire waste of a touchdown.
Okay. This is the last one of the year. I'm not going to do it next week because they're all wasted touchdowns. Because if you're playing a Week 18 championship game, your league is a waste. Sorry, we love you guys and we're glad for your support, but talk to your commissioner because that's not a. Although I do have some leagues. We did in other leagues. What is fun is doing like a Week 18. Everybody puts a lineup in and like best score gets some fun little thing or something. I might do that in some leagues to see if I don't know if you can set it up in some leagues, but a little something fun to do just so you can play out. The goal of fantasy is to play. I like to play as long as you can. So here we go. Dallas 86-yard bomb from Dak Prescott. You know it's Pickens the speed. No. Oh, CD. Oh, no. Everybody saw the game, so we know. Kevontae Turpin. Good for him. He got to be seen on a national television. Well, I guess a Netflix millions of global televised audience. But no, that's definitely a.
Yeah, it's a surefire waste of a touchdown. And I mean, he's a guy that can make a big play every now and then. He looks good doing it, but he just doesn't make enough of them.
So that makes he falls into that, guys we say a lot, good for your team, not great for your fantasy team.
He makes some fantastic plays sometimes.
Coaches love us good. 5-yard pass from Prince Olakun to the running back, Rashard Smith. I like the kid. I hope he steps into the role next year. But we haven't got to talk about him since the preseason. So I'm glad to see he got a little bit of touch here with Mahomes. The season pretty much done. I mean, they still had Hunt running, and Pacheco apparently is no longer any good. So, but that's definitely
that's a surefire waste of a touchdown. He ain't going to get much run if they bring in your boy Breece Hall, right?
No, that will be the problem. That will be the problem. So. Darn it, I forgot about that. I guess they got to trade him to the Jets. 2-yard pass from Drake May. When you throw 5 touchdowns, you got to have some surefire wastes. Let's go. And the only one of them is really a waste because he's gotten touchdowns, but no one is starting Austin Hooper at this point. It's not 5 years ago, so that makes it a
surefire waste of a touchdown.
Oh, I lied. There's one more, and this is from one of my guys that I've dropped on too many teams because he was supposed to be the next, Wes Welker, and that would be Efton Chisholm III. 10-yard pass from Drake May. He's the guy. If you're in Dynasty, keep an eye on this kid. He could become their possession receiver. That's what he was touted at. And sometimes those guys take a year or two. I mean, oh my gosh, I'm brain farting. The guy after Wes Welker. The quarterback who became their possession receiver for Brady.
Yeah,
oh man, we are terrible.
Edelman,
thank you, Julian Edelman. It took Edelman a bunch of years as well, so that could be Chisholm. So if you got that off-season roster spot, getting one of Drake May's targets might not be a bad idea. But yeah, that's definitely right now a
surefire waste of a touchdown. Yeah, we like that guy coming in, and then he just kind of disappeared all year. So at least it's good to see him still there.
Yeah. 10-yard pass from Tyler Shuck to some dude I'd never heard of in the world, Kevin Austin Jr.
Yeah,
Kevin Austin Jr. 316 says, I just got a
surefire waste of a touchdown, and I have no idea who that is.
No, I had never heard of that dude. I had to look it up and make sure he wasn't a lineman. Definitely a receiver. So maybe he's the guy that's going to be there with Chris Olave. Who knows? 5-yard pass from Philly Rivers. I had to decide Phillip Rivers or Quinn Ewers in my championship game. That's how injured my quarterbacks are. I chose the wrong guy. To the tight end, Tyler. No. Oh, the big boy, Mo Alley Cox, Gigantor. He was supposed to be good someday. Never was, but that's definitely a
surefire waste of a touchdown. Yeah, I didn't even realize he was getting any run.
They got like 4 tight ends. They're like, yeah, he was just throwing them all around as just tight ends. Yeah. Gigantor trademarked by the fantasy footballers. Okay, and finally, I got to do this one because I picked this guy up on one of my teams just because I had a spot and because I'm a Dolphins fan. Quinn Ewers, 63-yard pass to Theo Weiss Jr. This is what happened. I had a spot, and there. Have you seen the Bourbon waiver wire? I had a spot, and he basically was the practice squad guy with Quinn Ewers. So I was just riding that train. And I was like, I'm going to set him here. Say they trade away Waddle. Say they trade away everybody. Quinn Ewers is the quarterback. They don't draft anybody. This is the guy he was thrown to all season. Weirder things have happened. The salsa guy from the Giants. So weirder things have happened. So I was like, I might have to drop him because of the injured reserve guys. But yeah, I had to end on the Dolphins for our final of the season.
Surefire waste of a touchdown. Yep, I've never heard of that guy.
Yeah, I'd heard of him last week for the first time, to be honest. So yeah, he got there, and it's. I do think we need to highlight that Shedeur Sanders did beat the Pittsburgh Steelers today, or the Cleveland defense beat the Pittsburgh Steelers today. But
still Myles Garrett needs that one more sack, man.
Oh, if he doesn't get it, I'm gonna cry. Like at least who can fall? I mean, we know that Michael Strahan's last sack wasn't real. Let's give one of those to Myles Garrett. Like you saw Brett Favre just sort of full go. Here you go, friend. Hopefully that happens. Down. Yeah. Okay, JJ Wang, give us our last bit of wisdom for 2025.
Yeah, another season. It's a pretty successful season. Just wanted to give a shout out to DJ Dove for doing all the work. He does a good job of holding this thing together, and it looks like he's got a lot of plans coming up in the future. I will try to pull more of my weight. I'm not going to guarantee that's going to happen, but I mean, I could try really hard. But yeah, shout out to DJ Dove for keeping this thing rolling. As always, trust yourself and trust the process.